Okay, welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is Danny O'Connell, Florida, with episode 2 of Local Legends. Today I'm joined by Matt Pfohl, Jupiter, Florida. He is the founder of United Country Real Estate Active Life Properties here in Jupiter, Florida, aka my boss. Matt, thanks for coming out today.
Great to be here with Danny.
Yes, so Matt has a long career, spans many sectors, including tech, global investments, obviously real estate, and a luxury travel company. But today we're going to focus on what you're doing currently, which is the founder of Active Life Properties. You came back to your hometown here in Jupiter, Tequesta area to start this company. What made you want to do that, and what's the meaning behind Active Life Properties and everything you started here?
So I grew up in the state, born in Miami, and then kind of moved north as things changed in Miami. Lived in Stewart, Jupiter, Boca, and at the time, being a young kid, couldn't wait to get out of the state,
Mm-hmm.
and so ultimately went around the world, lived in Europe, and ended up back in my family's roots in Chicago, and then moved on to Aspen, Colorado, and I love the ocean, I love the Florida lifestyle, and ultimately it's what brought me back.
Awesome. Yeah, so specifically with United Country Active Life, we'll start with United Country. When you went to start your own office, what drew you to the United Country as an umbrella to join for our office here?
So a little bit of an unfair advantage because the CEO is someone that my wife and I actually worked with a long time ago in tech business, and has been a great mentor of mine over the years and good friend. And so Dan Duffy, the CEO, had stayed in touch over the years, and ultimately, actually, when I started my adventure travel, sporting travel company many years ago, Dad at that time said there's going to be a lot of synergies with what you're doing and what we're doing, and
Mm-hmm.
fast forward almost 20 years now, it's great to get the band back together and to be part of his amazing company that it's been around for 100 years and very similar values and focus. United Country is really the leading kind of lifestyle brand out there, and and they are also mixed disciplines, so they do residential, land, and commercial. And so, it was both those two kind of big elements, or three elements, I should say. It was Dan's leadership and his great team, really the kind of culture at United Country, and then the synergies between what I was envisioning with Active Life and the core of United Country.
Awesome. Yeah, so come back to Jupiter, Jupiter Tequesta area. You start Active Life Properties. What's the meaning behind that name, Active Life Properties, and the goal you want to achieve in real estate in the area?
Sure. I've always been a fanatic outdoorsman, and at 30 years old, started my first business, which was Dream Outdoors, which was the sporting travel active or adventure travel company. And I adore a crazy passion for the outdoors. And so that has led me in a direction of multiple businesses over the years, with really that outdoor lifestyle focus. And so I've always been involved in real estate, whether it be in development or investing, or my own personal transactions, and ultimately always knew that I would end up migrating into real estate at some point in time, more in the businesses that I would own. And and when looking at the market down here, and really kind of the culture and brand that I wanted to create in real estate, is very similar to what I've done in past companies, which is really with that lifestyle focus. And we've had tremendous success in the past as it relates to getting hyper focused on what's important to an individual from a lifestyle perspective. And then once you understand that, it becomes very easy to look at what's the best life experience, what's the best travel experience, and in this case, what's the best real estate experience. And when you look at that, not just from an individual perspective, but from a family perspective, it brings a lot of different uniqueness to what the demand of that family or that client may be around real estate. And it's not just on the residential side, which obviously lifestyle is a huge part of. Whether it be fishing or golf or whatever it may be that someone wants to do and passionate about. It could be cooking, it could be running, whatever. But also in the commercial and land side, active lifestyle is also someone that likes to invest. It's whatever your passion is, and aligning really real estate goals, with that passion, so that that person can have a life experience or an investment experience that really drives something, alignment with not only a great necessity as it relates to a residential, type of need, or from a business perspective, get some of the return on investment that they're looking for.
Hmm. I completely agree. It's why I joined, United Country Active Life Properties here. Just the dynamicness, the approach to how we're gonna attack the real estate market, and just focusing on what our area actually offers, which is, as you can see, this beautiful lifestyle, everything. So to finish, I'll just touch back on your former company in tech and your luxury travel company. To a young up and coming entrepreneur, say, what would your advice be that's, looking to achieve their goals? You've been very dynamic in your career and made, multi-million dollar exits in these companies. What would be your advice to a young entrepreneur coming into the business?
I think the hardest thing, and even for me today, is focus. It is, as you start to get success in a particular business industry, um, customers tend to come back to you. If you're doing a good job, they'll come back to you for many things. And so it becomes very easy to say, sure, we can do that. And next thing you know, you get into 5 or 10 different things, and you start to lose the quality, even the profitability of what your initial business was. So I think the biggest challenge in discipline is really staying focused on what your initial mission is.
Mm-hmm.
Getting that to a point of stabilization, predictability, certain profitability type of benchmarks before you start to move into other areas of services or products, for instance, no matter what the industry is. And I would say that's been the hardest thing over the several companies that I've started over the years. The other one can be, depending on what route you go and how much success you have, is really understanding funding needs. And when's the right time to raise money? Do you need to raise money? Can you do it organically on your own? There's a lot of different factors. Market conditions is a big one. I think as you get more mature in your career and businesses that you may own, that becomes something that you look at on a regular basis as it relates to, if I can compress the cycle by raising capital versus growing organically with my own money, can we take advantage of a market opportunity?
Mm-hmm.
Or if I stay on the organic route because I want to maintain control, I don't want to have leverage and all that kind of stuff, am I going to miss the market opportunity? And so I would say, those are kind of and I would say the third element is really the team that you put around you. Again, as I matured in my career, that became something that was more important today than it was, when I started out, because you have so many different things in your first few companies that you're trying to deal with that you don't know. And, you might get lucky that you find someone that is smart and aligned and has the work ethic, I think is critical
Mm-hmm.
for what you are
Yep.
as an owner. And then also knowing how to incentivize those individuals, those team members, that really help you build a brand and sharing that success together.
Awesome. Well, a lot of tremendous insight. So to wrap up, I'm Daniel O'Connell, Florida. This is Matt Pfohl. This is Local Legends, but we're also presenting to you our company, United Country Real Estate Active Life Properties here in South Florida. We do it all. You'll see a lot of content to come: residential, commercial, land, investments. We are your local choice for real estate. Thanks for joining us, and thank you, Matt.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.